It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Titans and the Bucs, next on EA Sports.
Well, it wouldn't be Florida without this. A heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Tennessee Titans and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon. And off we go from Tampa. Taking in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On second down now, it's George. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. To throw, McNair. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have the Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now McNair. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd and 6. McNair to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
By no for pass experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this has started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. They'll run on first down. It's George. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Here we go.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll try the left side. George. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Get ready. Get ready.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
On first down, it's George. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Keep in mind they can still get a 1st down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now a give right side. It's George. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Hard to envision a more determined run than what we just saw right there. He was not going to be denied.
He certainly was not, because a lot of times we talk about second effort on runs down near the goal line. This one was 2nd effort, 3rd effort, 4th effort, a whole lot of efforts. And he worked his way into the end zone. What a determined run.
Point after here coming up. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So here are the Bucs now to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some
snacks. I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
Johnson now throwing on first down. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. They run the counter. Pittman powering it, and a powerful stiff arm. It frees him. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great play there. 73 yards. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Well, we have seen some rookie running backs come in and have a big impact year one, and this guy would certainly fit that bill, as that was one heck of a run there.
And what was impressive to me is not just how much he wanted it, but how he fashioned it. I mean, he was shedding tacklers left and right, evading tacklers left and right, and when you think about the energy it takes to ward guys off, that's really impressive. He still managed to keep his balance and turn this into a fantastic run.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run with Thomas. Room here to run. There's the stiff arm. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Thomas. Oh, what a move. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd down and 6. They'll try the left side. George. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 75 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
On 2nd down, it's George calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
He'll try again. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Titans have taken the lead. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Johnson, quick hitter here, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. And that'll set them back 5. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Johnson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Now McNair looking for a first down throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's George. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, McNair. Throw left side, complete. That's Mason. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 9 there on a first down completion.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. McNair. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Here's McNair. Touchdown! From 6 yards away. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Johnson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. On 3rd down, Pittman. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. So a change of possession here on the punt, and it'll be Titan football. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. 30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Now McNair. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Mason. That catch good for only a couple.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
From the gun, here's McNair. Drops it underneath to Thomas. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing to start the drive. Johnson looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open, got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And to give this time to the tailback. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Johnson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Johnson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
On 2nd down now. Pittman. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy who tried to tackle him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 93 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Operating from the gun, Johnson. He gets this one to Johnson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Let's go. It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
just me and you. Right there.
Now Johnson on first down. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. McNair. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's McNair. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, George. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far. You know something? Ron's been running. They just had to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, helped their spot, and stacked him up.
On 2nd down, it's George. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. On the ground, it's Thomas. Shoves him away, and he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a give right side. It's George, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play action. It's McNair. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
On third down, McNair. Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle. A 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3? I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the fourth quarter. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Back to throw. Johnson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he goes out of bounds and looks like right at the 50. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up the first down there for the offense. They're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Mike 52. We own them.
Back to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. They'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. Johnson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
Six-man. Check curls, check.
Johnson on 1st and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it, because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. 2 minutes left to play this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a big decision there to go on 4th down. Gets him not only the first, but gets him the touchdown as well.
And Brandon, you and I know that all these coaches tell us if every play is executed the way it's designed, it goes for a touchdown. But let's be honest, they were shooting for the first down on that one, and boy, were they fortunate to take it all the way in.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Titans are going to recover the football. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case,
they'll run on first down. George. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll keep it on the ground. It's George. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Back to throw. McNair. And Sanders has got it complete. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. Second and 11 now. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 7 yards on the carry, make it 3rd and 4 coming up. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November. Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And, of course, this win, a big one. They can hang their hat on this victory on the road against the defending Super Bowl champs.
And you know how difficult it is for the team that wears the crown, because they're going to get everyone's best shot. So let's face it, they circled this game. We're going to go in there and take down the defending Super Bowl champs. This is our opportunity. They're not going to walk out of here with a trophy today, but they will walk out with respect around the league. And to them, that's vitally important.